That looks like a recoil. So when you're putting rope on one of these recoils, I would recommend not using like chainsaw, lawnmower, light duty rope like this. It's really cheap, and you thought, oh, it's cheap. Sometimes cheap stuff doesn't work. It got the snowmobile going a few times, and it's ripped a few times now. But I just pulled it back in here. We had the GMC brakes taken apart. The brake shoes or brake pads wore down a little bit. Got all 24,000 kilometers out of those. Here's the outside ones. They still have a decent amount of pad on them, but the inside pads are done. Gotta be conscious of who's driving certain vehicles, I guess. So that's GMC 2009 GMC Sierra's got new pads and new shoes. These are the old shoes. They're worn down too. I pulled this back in here. So the recoil, the rope that was originally with it looks like the proper stuff. It's like this thicker recoil rope for like a snowmobile or a higher cubic centimeter larger bore engine than like a lawnmower or a single cylinder or something. But I don't have any more of this rope, and this stuff isn't cutting it. So I found this old fishing net rope. There's quite a bit of it here. I don't know. I mean, it might just fray or get wrecked. I don't know. I'm gonna see. Like, it fits the hole here. I just have this clamped here so it holds the tension on the spring. It doesn't come undone. Got all the parts here. This one has all the parts on it with it. It's pretty nice. It even has these plastic or whatever they're made out of washer type deals to hold the ratchets in place. And the ratchet spring, all three of the ratchet springs were still with it, surprisingly. So I'm gonna try and use this rope. I mean, it might not work. I don't know. See how many times I can wrap it around here. It doesn't wrap around enough, then maybe I'll wait and try and buy some thicker rope like that. I got these sockets at Harbor Freight. They were on the clearance section. I was looking at the regular priced ones, and they were, not bad. 20-25 bucks for, you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So you get, in this one, this is the metric. So it comes with 10 millimeter, 11, that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, and 21 millimeter. And they're 6-point. So that's good. They're, I mean, honestly, I have a set of shallow socket, Gray Canada 12-point, and I mean, they're great and all, but I also am kind of concerned that if a bolt's over tightened, then it might just strip it, like the 12-point might strip it. But yeah, I think these are going to be kind of nice there. So regularly priced, I think it was 25. But I got, what were they? One of them was like $12 and one of them was $15. I can't remember which was which because they're both a 10-piece set. This is the metric, and this is the Imperial standard. So with these ones, they're the Pittsburgh brand, Pittsburgh Pro, and it says lifetime warranty, so that's pretty decent. Like in terms of if one breaks, it's in the States, so I'll have to drive over there. But if one does break, hopefully it's not an important one. Like I'll be able to just reach in the Mastercraft set and grab one that'll work, or maybe I don't know. Some of the Mastercraft ones I've noticed, like every time we go to use one, you have to look and see because some of them are like cracked. Like even the 6-point ones, the socket will crack when you're putting too much weight on it. So I don't know. I'll see how these work. I mean, for the price of them, they weren't bad. So, like, uh, if say a couple break and we'll go down there next time we go shopping, and Harbor Freight's. I mean, I like that store. It's like a American Princess Auto, which I like Princess Auto. I'm just not fond of their sockets. So, um, yeah, I think they're a nice buy. So, I'm gonna try and get this rope on here. Pretty much what I just do is feed it through, tie like a double knot. I don't know if I can show how I tie it. I think I learned this on D-Ray's shop on YouTube. I think that's how he tied it. So just a regular granny knot, and then loop it through again. I think that's how he did it. So you have a bit bigger of a knot, so it doesn't slip through the hole. Some people tie a washer or a nut or a screw, but this is proven to work pretty good. I did the same thing with the 3-wheelers. Yeah, that channel called D-Ray's Shop, they have quite a range of stuff. They've got Honda stuff, all sorts of things, and I found a lot of their videos are really helpful. And if you're really stuck on something, then you can look through their videos, which are pretty thorough. I mean, decently thorough, and you can stop and rewind and pause and whatnot. So it's quite handy. But yeah, that knot, as long as I can get it tied and get it shoved in there, it should work. And then to get it untied, it's not too bad. And even if you do need to, you can just get a pair of pliers and grab the rope to untie it, which is, easier than cutting it off, and you'll waste your rope. That's something people don't really consider, is if your recoil does come undone and you need to take it apart, cutting off, like just say I cut off below that knot, now I'm losing 6 inches. Sometimes you need that little bit of 6 inches for the pull on your recoil. Like the 6 inches of spare rope can make a big difference in terms of when you're pulling on it, it's ripping the rope, or is it just spinning the recoil over and then the spring is getting pulled out? So, yeah, I would recommend having a little bit of extra rope, or I mean, as much rope as you can in a recoil. And then if something, snaps and you're out somewhere, and all you have is this rope that's in it, you have spare rope in the recoil. You can, if you have to cut off, a couple inches, you can do that. And honestly, if you have the it's not if you don't have the money, but if you have the spare space in the snowmobile, maybe carry an extra roll of rope and carry an extra couple spark plugs, and make sure you have your spark plug wrench with your snowmobile and a flathead screwdriver for hose clamps. Maybe bring a little bit of extra gas hose, but a flathead screwdriver can really be a saving grace. I know on our Trailfire, the old Trailfire, the old red one, when that's the one that our dedicated snowmobile for driving when I was a little kid, it didn't have any hose clamp. It didn't have a hose clamp that went from the fuel pump to the carburetor, and the line kept popping off. And I mean, I wish we had a extra hose clamp and a screwdriver at that time, because it was a pain to have to, every time we went over a bump, the stupid line kept popping off. After we went back to the shop, we put a hose clamp on it, but sometimes it's nice to have spare parts, even when you don't expect to need them. So I'll get this recoil kind of put back together and show you later. Got the rope wound in it. It's, like I say, it's a little bit bigger. Maybe after it has a little bit of like yanking on it, it'll narrow it out a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, it seemed like it got enough rope in there, and it seems like it's winding up okay. It's rubbing on the little indentations for the hardware, the mounting hardware. It makes a little bit of a noise, but I think it'll be okay. Honestly, it seems like it's working okay. I don't know. I gave myself a little bit of extra here because the distance between the recoil and where the handle goes out, there's a little bit of a spot there where It doesn't need to be in the recoil. So it'll probably be out to there. And from there, it has a good length for pulling on. And yeah, I think we'll try it out, see how it goes. If it eats away at it, then it eats away at it. But yeah, I'll try it out. This old fishing net rope. Note to self, do not use old fishing net rope for recoil. Didn't work. Thankfully it didn't suck in the whole rope, it just sucked in some of it, so I tied it in a knot. Dad thinks he has some better rope. I'm going to go down to the barn and pull the recoil off of something else, because I think that the recoils are all the same. So, yeah. I'm going to go find our snowmobile recoil. Some more barn part adventures. Okay. Not in there. A lot of goodies, but not what I need. That's the recoil off of the old Trailfire. It's got that cable in it. The handle's got lead on there. This is the handle that I tore off when this thing was still, the old engine was still in the 400. That's not the one I want though. That's not it. Parts. That's a good hood. Okay. Oh! Hey now. Into the light. That is the one I was after. The eBay $20 recoil. Looked pretty nice. Yeah, I know, 20 bucks, but that included shipping too. So, pretty good. That's the one we're after. Oh, a lot of junk up here. Whew, there's the boat.